You're listening to Scheduling Sin with me, Snowmill.
If you smush a vagina of any size into someone's mouth and nose, they're gonna die.
This shit just took a real I haven't hit the...
Turn it off! Well, hello, Mrs. Sno.
Oh, hey there.
How are you?
Oh, just standing here with a remote control that controls a cock ring that shocks your dick. So my day is going pretty well.
You look amazing right now. In
Yeah.
your purple bra.
I'm wearing a purple bra.
Your tits look incredible right now.
I've decided that, I think you asked me to go naked today.
I did.
Well, naked. I'm wearing a bra and panties. But...
Well, we're actually experimenting with some video on this podcast.
Yeah, so get excited if you want to see my purple bra and my little titties.
So if you check out our Twitter at Scheduling Sin.
It's not Twitter, it's X.
X. Well, if you go to that, then you may get to see some
Twitter
clips of Mrs. Snow's lovely tits today while we have our little chat.
I find that on X, that's, I post things, you post things, but you post a lot of naughty pictures of me.
Yeah.
So, you could go to X and see my titties, but I feel like you've already seen them and a lot more.
Yeah, but you never, if anybody's anybody like me, you just never get tired of looking at them.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So we have today, we have like really like a smorgasbord of things today.
Yeah.
So we have to start out with our new favorite segment of the show, which is weird approaches to Mrs. Sno. And
I should write a book.
You should.
Just a book of
just a little coffee table book.
Yeah.
Like a subtle coffee table book.
Right, and it's all going to be like in like messages.
Yeah.
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 100%.
So this episode's approaches involve two main things. The first is lots of requests recently about your panties.
Well, yeah, you were telling me about this. Like one guy, and you said this was common, which blew my mind, that people want to come over and wear my panties.
Well, yeah, there's various forms of that. So that's like a whole thing. A lot of the guys want to wear your panties. Like they want to play with us and wear your panties. Like we get that request like a lot.
I don't get that. I can understand smelling panties. I can understand wanting them, but wearing them, like that's just...
Well, it's a whole sub thing.
I guess.
So I understand it, but that's probably not what we're going to be going for. But the other one that's
like, I have Costco panties. Nobody wants those.
Well, but you have some really good ones too. But the other one that comes up...
Costco has some good panties.
The thing that comes up often is guys want to come over and jerk off in your panties, or jerk off with your panties, or smell your panties while they jerk off. Like there's a lot of messages come in related to coming over and just playing with your panties.
Do you have like an interest in playing with my panties?
I do, but like not. I don't have any real interest in anybody else's panties. Like I'm not.
You prefer my panties.
I do.
See,
I'm monogamous when it comes to panties, I guess.
Monogamous when it comes to
I never really
panties.
thought much about that, but
obviously it's a kink thing, right?
It's a kink, and people sell panties.
Yeah,
where do we go to sell panties?
I assume OnlyFans has a thing that you could do that.
Do they do that? Where do you do that? I know there's supposed to be like websites. It's probably on like the dark web where you go
whatever.
buy panties.
Your Google history is just Google it.
Just Google it.
Your history
what have you
is...
got to lose at this point, right?
Well, you're already on a lot of lists with your history, so you might as well just go for it.
Here's the thing. I think if you're going to be, because when we try to do things, we're all about the quality, right? So if we're going to deliver what do you have to do? Do you have to like put them in the food saver and like suck all the air out and like vac bag them?
Okay, listen. If I see you in our kitchen with our fucking food saver with a bunch of my panties, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well,
not only are you giving away my Costco panties, you're also wasting food saver bags. That's just expensive.
I wouldn't do it with the Costco. I'd do it with the good panties.
Well, those are expensive.
Well, I know, but we're selling them, right?
How much do you think you could sell them for?
I don't know. I do not know what they go for. I did not research this before we had this conversation.
Well, clearly you're not prepared.
But people do it.
I get it, but I feel like the good panties,
Yeah.
the good panties
Yeah.
are probably $15 to $20 a pair.
Like to buy them.
Right.
Right.
Maybe $12.
But
12
then
to
what do you
12 to
think?
17.
Okay, so if all right. So if we're buying the good panties for like $15,
Right.
what is a reasonable markup for
What is the marketing industry standard for panties?
What is the value add of pussy and panties?
What is the value add for like pussy juice? Like, okay, so do I have to be super wet? Is this after we fucked? Does there come at like, you know what I mean? Like,
think
I
it's
assume
all
there's
those
different
things.
levels,
I
right?
think that's all those. I think people like it's like post sex. It's like post workout. I mean, there's probably a lot of genres to this.
Well, in my mind, the dirtier, the more expensive.
That's my take.
Yeah.
That's my take.
The more of my DNA you get, the more expensive it is.
Okay, but that's the thing. So my paranoia brain is like, okay, so I'm gonna send you like my DNA, and what are you gonna do with it? Like, are you? I mean, is it just really just a sex thing, or are you gonna like put me into 23andMe or some weird thing like that? Like, what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna frame me for a crime?
Do you think 23andMe takes panties?
I don't know. I don't know.
I could just see him now at the lab. God damn it, we got another set of panties. Like, I know.
Just run them. I don't know. Oh, no.
God.
So
yeah.
that's the panties thing. The other one that comes up a lot is, can I come over and have your wife sit on my face? And this brought up an interesting conversation about face sitting.
We have weird
conversations. So who is face sitting actually for? Is it for the sitter or the sittee? Like, who is it really for?
When you say so, I would think it would be for the person that is sitting down.
Because if you're sitting on a guy's face,
right,
in your mind, it's about you.
Well, I would think it's more about me because, basically I hold his life in my hand. But I mean, because is it really, don't you just want to eat it? Like, isn't that what you want to do as the person?
But that's the question though. Is it more, in other words, okay, so you're sitting on a guy's face, which by the way, I love it when you do that. But are you doing it because I love it? Like, are you doing it for me, or are you doing it because you love it?
Well, there's definitely a power piece to it.
Right.
Like when I am sitting on your face, like there's a power piece there.
Yeah.
There's definitely as you would refer to it, as some alpha shit going on.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like in that position, I don't know if you eating me is as good as in other positions.
Well, that's kind of,
you know what I mean? Like it's
not that I really endeavor to ruin face sitting, because I don't. I love face sitting.
But don't you like to sit on faces?
Yeah.
So is that about you or the other person?
Well, that's an interesting question. So we'll come back to that. So like for you, I would picture that face sitting is like more work than it is pleasure, right? Because
for me,
it's called face sitting, but you're not really sitting. Like you're not like, because
I'd kill him. I understand.
Not you, but anybody.
But I would
like
kill
if
him.
you smush a vagina of any size into someone's mouth and nose, they're gonna die.
This shit just took a real fucking dark turn. You don't really sit on them because you would kill them.
I mean,
yeah,
well, that's what's gonna happen.
So maybe the people that are asking about sitting on faces just have a death wish. I don't know.
Well,
but you've said more than once, like, if that's how you go, that's how you go.
If I die, I die. It is one of the ways that I'd be pretty okay with going. When I've done it, so I would echo what you said in terms of there's like a power piece to it.
Yeah. Well, there's even a power piece when I'm laying on my back and you're down there between my legs.
So I guess,
but I think physically being on top of someone, like that's some alpha shit.
It's some alpha shit. I think a lot of it depends on how you're looking at it, right? Like, how
you're looking at the pussy on your face?
No.
Or
No, I'm saying like, as the person who is sitting on the other person's face, are you doing it with the hope of them pleasuring you, or are you enjoying the domineering part of it? Are you enjoying the part of it?
Yes, I would say both.
And I got to think like it's different for everybody, but it's probably way better if you appreciate and enjoy the domination part.
Yeah, I agree. But as the one who's licking me,
yeah,
And me being on top of you versus you just being like me laying down and you doing it. Is it hotter for you?
Um,
Is it because you're like clinging to life or like
it's tough because I really enjoy both, but if I was gonna really pick one or the other, I would say you on your back.
yeah.
I love you sitting on my face. I love the way it feels. I love everything about it. But I feel like I can do a better job of giving you oral sex if you're on your back.
I think that makes sense. I don't think I don't know if people can give really good oral underneath like that. That's an odd angle.
Yeah. Does it matter to you if you're facing like the person's head or facing their feet? Like, which way do you prefer to ride a face?
I like to face the north side of the wall.
I always face north when I ride face.
Yeah, that's yep. I don't know. They're both of them are hot. I feel like I like the idea of your hands on my thighs.
Mm,
So I feel like me facing towards your face versus away.
okay.
But I feel like if I faced away, you're gonna be more into my ass.
That's true. That's true. Which I'm trying to think which way do I care which way it goes. And I think I prefer to have you facing my face.
Your dick just like winked at me.
It did a little.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
It just like you have the camera on me, but it should be on your wiener right now. 'Cause you're like, it's like waving at me right now.
Wiener cam. Well,
Mr. Snow wiener cam.
moving on. Question of the week in Discord this week. What, if anything, is off limits to ask about when you're talking to a new potential play partner or play couple?
What's off limits?
Yeah. So like what we all have developed, whether it's, usually not written down, but like we have from our experiences, certain questions that we like to ask or things that we like to know about, about a person or play partner before we play with them. And I'm curious to know, what do you think would be considered over the line to ask about?
I mean, it's such an odd thing because there's a part of me that's like, there's really nothing off limits to some degree. Because the one thing about the lifestyle and really kind of when you engage with somebody, like the hope and thought is that everybody is very transparent and open, and because it's a pretty open and welcoming environment for
Right.
the most part. I mean, obviously there's some limits to that, I'm sure, but like there's no reason to bullshit, I guess is my point.
Yeah, no, I guess that. But I guess the question is there anything that's sort of inappropriate or rude to ask about? And I'll give you an example. So let's say you are interested in talking with this couple and they have opened up their private galleries on a swinger site or whatever. And you go and you look and you see pictures with people who are not members of that couple.
Okay.
Okay. And you see a lot of play happening without protection. First of all, you have no idea if those other people gave permission for their pictures to be on here. And you also don't know what the dynamic is between those couples as far as protection and not protection and so on. Is it rude or is it inappropriate to ask them things like, hey, I see there's some other people in these pictures that are not you two. Did they give permission to be on here? Is that a reasonable question to ask, or are you just supposed to assume the answer to that is yes?
I mean,
Because if they did not give permission to be on there, for me that would be a kind of a problem.
well, but I think instead of kind of asking about that situation because you don't know what's going on there, I think to say, "Hey, I noticed that you have other people on your profile or pictures or whatever. Just know that, that's something that we don't do."
Yeah.
And just making it more about us
Yeah.
than about what they choose to do that has nothing to do with us.
Yeah. I support that.
You know what I mean? Like I think that that's just the way to do it because again,
Because you don't
whether
want
they're
to accuse anybody. Of
right, you don't want to
anything.
accuse anybody, but you also don't know what that's about.
Right.
Or maybe they didn't think about it that way.
Sure.
Who knows? But I think, if you see things on their private gallery and they're sharing those things, in the no protection, like no one's wearing condoms or whatever, like I think I think all you can control and all you can kind of say is this is what we do. This is what we prefer. This is what we're comfortable with.
Right.
And either they're going to say, oh, yeah, no worries, or no, we don't want to do that. And then you just go from there. But I think all you can do is set your expectation. and what's okay with you, because I can't help what they do with other people.
You can't. But just purely from a keeping yourself safe standpoint,
Mhm.
right? Does the fact that they play with other people without protection affect how you feel about your level of interest?
Well, I don't know if people talk about protection and just specifically, like, sometimes people are really awkward about that conversation.
They are.
Um,
Which is kind of silly.
it is silly when
It
you think
really
about what it
should
is.
be like a very right up front, like, hey, what do
Yeah.
you guys do about protection?
Yeah.
What do you do about testing?
Yeah.
That should be like really a right up front conversation.
Yes, I agree. Um, and maybe in this context and then this setting, it is more so than than maybe in the dating world. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um, but again, all we can say is this is what we do. This is
right,
what we prefer. If we're gonna play, like, you have to use protection. It's just what it is.
right, right.
And I do think you can tell a lot just based on the reaction to that A question, but B in what you want to do or not do.
I think you can too. Where this came up was we had a person who messaged us, um, and it was a single male, which we do look for sometimes. Um, and the conversation was going well. Seemed like a nice guy. And then he sent a bunch of pictures of himself with other women. And I don't have the slightest idea whether those women know that I was getting those pictures or not.
Were they their faces?
No, but there were some identifying tattoos and things involved.
Okay.
And I noticed in those pictures that he wasn't wearing a condom with a single one of them, which, again, I'm not judging that. I don't have the slightest idea what protocols they might have used or not used.
Yeah.
Um, but it was a bunch of different women. It was clearly different situations. It was obviously different hotel rooms in these pictures. Um, and I don't know. Am I a jerk? I'm not sure. I couldn't help but kind of feel like, I don't know about this one.
I mean, I don't think you're a jerk. I think what people choose to share is their choice, but it's also our perception and what we make of that. You know what I mean? Like, if we look at a situation or we look at pictures and we kind of come to some conclusions, they can be completely false, but that's what they're putting out there. That's what people are going to potentially perceive.
I know, but we always talk about we're trying to approach things with no judgment, right? We're trying to approach
But we're
things.
human. And
We
when it
are
comes to our sexual health
right.
and safety, there's judgment. There has to
I
be.
mean,
Because
yeah,
because what I would think is, if I see this guy and he's sending all these pictures and with all these different women and he's not using protection, to me, whether he has had a vasectomy and so pregnancy's not an issue or whatever, like, to me that seems risky.
it seems like it might be,
Right.
but
You're
again, we
you're
don't
portraying something that is potentially risky in my
potentially.
mind. And so I have to just look at what am I comfortable with.
Is it rude or is it inappropriate to ask and say, "Hey, I notice that you sent me all these pictures and these are cool, but you're not wearing a condom in any of them."
I
Is
don't even
that
think I would say it like that. I would just say, "What do you do for protection?"
yeah,
Leave it
yeah,
at that.
and not even really bring it up.
And
Yeah,
not even bring it up because that's information you have. Like,
right.
obviously, whatever. But again, it's what and I think you can tell a lot by how they respond to that
Yeah.
and how they engage in that question and yeah, it's kind of how that works. But
Well, let me ask you this. So let's say that guy, and these are not specific conversations, and no
this
one
guy's
actually
coming over at 4.
he'll be here in 20 minutes. No, let's say you asked and say, hey, what do you do for protection? And he said, oh, I'll wear a condom if you want me to. Okay. I mean, all right, that's
Okay.
a reasonable
That's a
answer.
reasonable answer.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is, as a lifestyler, what information are you quote unquote entitled to about a person's sexual history or what they usually do?
I mean, I think you're only going to get what people are willing to share.
Right.
And people may not be upfront about all the things
Right.
for a variety of reasons. So all you can do if you are choosing to engage in this lifestyle, all you can do for you is or make decisions for your personal health, um and say you have to wear a condom or we have to do this or um I want to know a little bit about your sexual history or I mean, if that's what you feel like you need to be comfortable, but I think the other side of it is you're engaging in a sexual behavior
Yeah,
that is inevitably there's some risk associated with it.
absolutely.
And there are certain things that you can do to make it more risk or higher risk, and there are certain things that you can do to lower your risk. But you engaging with sex with other people that are also in the lifestyle is a risk.
It
So you
is.
just kind of have to you have to know that that's what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Um and I mean that's even true like if you're dating and you're engaging in sexual relationships when you're dating. I mean there's no difference. I mean, I think all you can do is try to make good judgment, you try to be open and honest as you can. If people are cagey about things or they're not upfront about things, I mean some of that stuff's going to come out eventually in some ways. Um yeah, I mean I think it's a risk. When
It's a
you have
risk.
sex with somebody, like, it's a risk because you have no idea who they've been with,
Right.
and they may not know who they've been with in some way,
Right.
And so I think it's tough because the lifestyle is all about open, honest communication, and that includes sexual history to some degree, but I don't know if it's fair for me to ask all of the things because I just kind of assume if you're in the lifestyle and you've been in the lifestyle for some time, you've got a sexual history there, right?
Sure. Absolutely you do.
I mean, I think it's just kind of a understood thing.
It goes with the territory. I think at the end of the day, the only thing you can do is kind of go with your gut, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you get a vibe that a person may not be a right fit for you, that you just got to go with that.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, you don't want to accuse people of things and you don't want to judge people. I mean, look, people do what they do. But if you're going to be potentially playing with these people, I think you either have to be able to have those conversations very upfront or you need to kind of make your decision yourself and move on or not.
You and I had an experience and we were playing with a single male and we were using protection and the condom fell off. And so we have to be adults about it.
Right.
Like we are engaging in sexual activity and we ended up I felt really kind of weird about it, but you got to take ownership of your own health and so we had an experience and I had to get the morning after pill and it just what it was.
Yeah, and that was so that actually is a perfect segue into where we were planning to go next with this because we did have that experience. We were using protection, we were using a condom. It just so happened, humble brag here, right? The the condom was too small for the guy who was wearing it.
Yeah.
And it came off. And you know, looking back on it, it was kind of funny because
Well, I think it freaked the hell out of him,
well,
but
of course it did. But
yeah.
he came and then he pulled his cock out and there was no condom there.
Yeah.
And I think all three of us were like,
Oh.
uh-oh.
But I think, I know for him because this guy was a little younger and not as experienced, I think it really scared the shit out of him, understandably so.
Yeah.
But I think you and I just being a little older and just kind of maybe just kind of having had life experiences, I think we were a little freaked out, but we were also like, well, we'll just do what we need to do and take care of it. And it was fine.
Right. Well, we did utilize the morning after pill and I mean, you'd need a crystal ball to know whether you would have needed to or not.
Yeah.
But that segues perfectly into the next segment that we wanted to talk about. This is not a political podcast, and we don't want to go down that road in particular, but there are some major changes that have happened legislatively that are important for sexual health. And here in the United States, as we know, there's a new administration coming in, and there has been there may be some big changes coming to reproductive health here in the United States, and so
Yeah, which may include access to like the morning after pill
exactly
and certain types of birth control
it's
and
not just the
yeah.
banner subject of abortion. It is reproductive health in a wide variety of areas that's being
And
talked
that's going to
about.
be my understanding is the goal is that's going to be dictated by the states. And obviously some states are here in the United States. Obviously, some states are a little bit more liberal and some are more conservative, and so it's going to very much have an impact.
So I wanted to share this information that I found. There was, according to an October 30, 2024 article from Scientific American, Sarah Prager, an OBGYN and family planning specialist at the University of Washington, says she saw about a 10-fold increase in people seeking tubal sterilization procedure in 3 months after Dobbs, despite abortion remaining well protected in Washington state. And Jessica Chardon, a urologist at the University of Utah, found that after Dobbs, among those under the age of 30, vasectomy rates increased by 59% and tubal sterilization rates increased by 29%. Vasectomy rates increased 13% among single men, while the rate of tubal sterilizations among single women did not change. Vasectomy rates rose in nearly all states, but tubal sterilization rates increased slightly more in states where abortion became illegal. And the question that we're asking, and it's an open question to our audience, so we want to hear what you think on this, is the political climate that's changing here in the U.S. affecting how you feel about the lifestyle?
Mm.
Is it affecting what precautions you might be taking? Are you stocking up on anything? And that's an open question. We don't have an answer to that question ourselves at this moment,
Right.
but it's something we're wondering if you all are thinking about. So if you are, send us your responses, SNOMILF, SNOMILF at yahoo.com, or hit us up on Discord. We want to know what you think. Like I say, this is not a political thing. It's not this administration is good or bad, just that there are some changes coming, we think. And what are we as a community thinking about that?
Yeah. So I think, and you and I have had this conversation. So us personally, I was on birth control for many, many, many years. And obviously I was off of it when we had children. And then after we had our second, we decided for us that you got a vasectomy.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had your vasectomy several years ago now. And so I've been off birth control since because there's no need to have. It's funny. I'm pretty sure you had a vasectomy. I got off birth control and then we decided to be swingers. So that's fun. But oh well. But you and I've had the conversation, like, is it worth me getting back on something?
Yeah.
Just and then I have this awkward, like, having that conversation with your healthcare provider. Well, didn't your husband get a vasectomy? And like it's just like, why are you getting birth control? And so then it's this awkward, like, conversation and not feeling comfortable with your healthcare provider, and so it's just it's an interesting thing, and I don't know if at all if IUDs are going to be impacted or not. Yeah, so just a lot of things.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, it is so difficult to wade through the mess of what's true and what isn't, and people say this and people say that, and a lot of the time reality does not match public opinion about, the big dramatic things that are going to happen one way or another. But, because this is a lifestyle that we engage in and because we want to maintain a level of safety, we've been thinking about, should we pursue something like an IUD or something like that?
Yeah.
And I hate to say it this way, but while we still can, because what if later we can't? And that's not an option for us. We just don't know. I mean, there's been so much talk of so much change coming to reproductive health, and
and women's health,
and
right?
women's health.
I mean, it's not just reproductive health. It's women getting health care that they need.
Absolutely. And with it going back to states, that fragments the picture a lot, right? I mean, because at that point now you'll have at least 50 different perceptions of what all that means.
Yeah.
And so we're curious to know what you folks are thinking about that. And are you going to be doing anything different?
Stocking up on bigger condoms.
Stocking up on bigger condoms. I don't ever think condoms will be illegal.
Yeah.
I think we're going to need those.
I think if condoms become illegal, we have bigger problems.
Can you imagine having to buy condoms on eBay for like $900 million a condom?
Don't.
Do you know how much pull and pray is going to start happening?
Oh, see, now you're going to open up a can of worms. And you said this isn't a political podcast. I'm not trying to go down that path. Don't make me do it.
Moving on, we have as our final little piece of the show here.
We really, when we wrote the outline for this, I was like, this is really.
I told you we were going to be all over the
It's
map.
a lot
on
of
this one.
things today.
It's a lot of things today. But listen, here's the thing. We've been in fairly heavy topics, right, for the last 15 or 20 minutes or so. I think we should end
on a high note.
On a high note.
On an electrifying.
On an electrifying
notes, maybe.
High note. We have this toy.
Can you like, how high can you go, like pitch wise?
We might find out. We have this toy.
Yeah.
This was a gift to us from Extreme Restraints. This came in the raft of toys that was sent to us for Snowball.
Turn it on.
And we are just now going to be trying this one. This is the E-Stim Pro Zeus E-Stim vibrating cock ring. 50 millimeters. I'm not exactly. I guess that must be the interior dimension. 5 vibration stem or speeds and 5 E-Stim modes.
Have you turned it on yet?
No.
Turn it on.
When I first picked up this toy, I just thought this was a vibrating cock ring. And I thought that's cool, but I didn't think a whole lot of it.
First of all, it's very big.
It's very big.
It's thick.
Yeah, this is a big, thick toy. And this is actually, if you're not familiar with E-Stim, so vibrating, it's pretty self-explanatory, but the E-Stim part, it delivers 5 different electroshock modes.
I'm so excited. I am sitting here begging him to turn it on because I am sitting here with the remote and he's just playing with it. I'm like, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on.
I have never tried E-Stim anything.
Yeah. So we're going to share this with you.
And we thought it would be a great idea for me to put a cock ring on and to hand Mrs. Sno the remote and then shock my cock.
Turn it on.
Okay. All right.
And for the record, this was all Mr. Sno's idea. So don't act like I'm the mean one here. Like, you love it.
Well,
you just wanted me to flex my alpha shit with the E-Stim remote.
It is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Has premium silicone, powerful vibration, textured design.
Okay, no one cares.
2 inches
Put it on
the
your balls.
inside. That's the thing. It's 2 inches. I got to get hard for this first.
How are you not looking at me and not getting hard?
Well,
I'm offended.
That's fair. I mean,
I just want to say for the record, and this is a shout out to Misty.
Yeah.
He's totally poo bearing it right now.
Shut up.
He has a shirt on and no pants and his little wiener sticking out. It's hilarious. Oh, Pooh Bear.
Oh, Mrs. Sno's an a-hole.
Mr. Sno loves it.
All right, I'm going to put this thing on.
You got to turn it on. Is it on?
Well,
turn it on.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm kind of terrified.
I know, it's exciting.
Okay, all right.
You're not going to get hard if you're terrified.
All right,
Don't
it's
be
turned
terrified.
on. It's turned on. Is the remote turned on? Okay, the vibration is on.
Okay.
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 All right, now turn it. Wait, I haven't put it. Okay, hold on. I haven't put it on yet. Wait. Oh shit! Turn it off.
I can't.
Turn it off.
I can't.
Just hold the vibration button.
Oh,
there it is. Okay. All right.
This is amazing.
I don't think I'm going to put it around my balls. I think I'm just going to put it on my dick. It'll be like ring toss on my dick.
It will be a ring toss because it's really thick.
Okay.
No, I think you need your balls in it.
I don't know if I can get my... Okay, hold on.
You could get your balls in there.
No, I can't.
It doesn't stretch?
It doesn't stretch. Well, no, not really.
So that's a big cock ring. What about like people that don't have that? I mean, I'm not... Listen, Mr. Sno, I love your cock and your cock is wonderful, but that's a thick ass dick for that cock ring. Like, I don't know many dicks that would fit that.
Yeah.
It's at attention.
All right.
So that.
Okay. All right. Turn on the vibrating part. Okay. All right. Now the vibration's going.
It's only at 1.
On the vibration? Is that all that's vibration?
That's all the vibration.
Okay. All right. So the vibration's very nice.
Yeah.
It's a good strong vibration.
Yeah.
Are you ready? I'm terrified right now. Okay.
I'm gonna fuck with you so hard.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna turn the vibration. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn the vibration on. I'm gonna turn it off.
I'm hard. It's vibrating right now. Okay, wait. Okay, now do it.
Listen.
Just do it.
I'm not gonna do it when you expect it. That's no fun.
God. Okay, just do it. Oh God, no. Oh my God.
That was amazing. one. That was one. There are 5 levels. I only hit it once. He's not hard anymore. It's gone. Was it that intense?
Oh yeah.
I only hit it one. I didn't go all the way up. I swear. I swear.
Okay, it's not okay. Okay, all right. it's not so much that it hurts.
Did it startle you?
A little bit. It feels like.
Did you take it off?
Yeah, oh yeah, I took it off. It feels like a million tiny needles around the base of your cock.
I mean, I only hit like it once. That's it. Oh, are you crying?
No. No.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
So,
well,
I didn't even have a chance to be real mean about it. I only hit the once. And then, like, I did it once, and I was like, huh. And then you just started screaming, and I was like, oh.
well,
Okay.
I can say, as a toy, it feels like it's well made.
It is effective at its job.
It's very effective at its job.
You sure you don't want me to, like, put it all the way up just to feel it?
Do you really want to do that?
Oh, wow. You threw it on the floor?
Well, I kind of ejected it.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
I think if I did it in conjunction with vibration, it would be better.
I don't know. I don't know.
I wonder if it's like a lot of vibration and a little bit of electric stim.
I don't know.
All right. The vibration's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like waiting with.
I'm fucking terrified. Okay. Okay. What's it on now?
It was on all 5.
Okay. Do it again.
So with vibration?
Yeah.
See, okay, you guys are hearing this. He
Okay.
asked for it again.
Yeah.
So all the way
yeah,
up?
Yeah. Okay, there it is.
I haven't hit the.
Oh. Turn it off.
Oh, fuck. This is why we need a video podcast. Okay, well,
okay.
you know, they also gave us some nipple clamps that we will not be using.
Okay. You gotta end the show.
To end the show. Well, everyone, this has been a fun episode. I'm going to go nurse Mr. Snow's balls because he's no longer hard and he's basically, his wiener has retracted into his body.
It's hiding.
It's hiding. It's so scared. It senses danger.
Oh. What? Okay. All right. So at the highest level,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that hurt.
Yeah, I would say
It
so.
didn't hurt like it left a mark or anything like that, but that it's stingy. Like it very much feels like you get like a pins and needles kind of electric stingy feel.
And that was just on your shaft. You didn't do it on your balls.
Well, it was kind of laying on my shaft and my ball sack and my pelvis a little bit.
Where was it all around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all around this whole
The
thing.
inside.
Yeah, it was everywhere. It was everywhere all at once.
It was a cold, dark night, and I was so sad and scared.
There I was, electrocuting my boss.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I think it's time to go.
I think that's that'll do it for today, folks.
Yep.
I'm gonna go nurse Mr. Snow's balls back to health because I'm a good wife.
You know, the vibration was. I think you would actually like the vibration. The vibration was pretty good.
Meaning, like if it was on you and I was riding you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should go try that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give your balls a little bit of time to
come back out of my body.
to go back out of your body to decide that maybe it's okay to come out. Yeah.
Not safe.
It's not safe. Self-preservation balls.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, as always, you can reach us at snowmilf@yahoo.com. Please send us your questions, comments, anything you want us to talk about, or if you yourself have an E-Stim cock ring and you want to share your stories, let us know. Bye.
Bye.
We want to hear from you. Email us at snomilf@yahoo.com. That's SNOMILF@yahoo.com. You can also join us on our Discord and have some fun interactive conversations with us. The link is in the show notes. Talk to you soon. You have pants on and I don't. What's that about?
Do you want me to take them off?
I feel like it's in solidarity, man. Don't tell me to come down here in a sexy bra, then like keep your damn pants on. That's bullshit. Oh wow, you're like taking it all off. All right, there's a wiener. All right, I thought, don't put your balls on the couch. Put your underwear back on. Oh God, now I have to. Okay, that totally backfired.
This is nice.
Your balls are on my couch.
Yeah, a little bit.